Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on another we're taking on a Japanese player here. One day maybe I'll be able to read whatever I know it's either like kanji. I think that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe. But for now we're just gonna go with the Ike team. I guess I'm just gonna keep getting lucky, man. Astra defense, Anima defense rather, is what we're coming up against in Dark Season, so hooray! I don't know, man. We'll see how this goes. We're just gonna throw Ike in the mix. Figure out the rest from there. I was contemplating using Korin, male Korin. I have a team built out with him, but I don't know, man. He dies sometimes, and it's kind of it leaves a bad taste in the mouth, if you know what I mean. He's not Ike. He's not Ike. That much is certain. Like, so far, like, I'm really contemplating just removing his B skill overall. But I don't know if I want to put that fodder onto a unit that is seasonally locked that I'm probably hardly going to use. I might even contemplate, I might even just bring out Male Alir instead. I feel like Male Alir might actually be better because he has that miracle effect. And also,
yes,
I actually gave that Male Alir Dragon Null Sea Disrupt. So, legendary one. Yeah, I'm feeling that I might not be the biggest fan of this male Korin. I might drop him, but maybe I'll keep him around just for this season, see if I end up using him. We'll see how it pans out. Yeah, the B skill doesn't really, I'm not digging it, because it kind of does the same thing as his, it does half of what his water terrain does. So his water terrain stops regular movement, and then the B skill stops warp movement from range units. So basically it means that once he finishes the first combat, no one else will be able to attack him. It makes him kind of perfect for cav lines, but cav or flyer lines. But at the same time,
good morning.
That turn 2 is going to be a pain. I think I said this before, because everyone would have moved, and then what are you going to do? How are you going to combat the rest of the units? They, yeah, you'll take out whoever the strongest unit is first, but then what are you going to do afterwards? You know, it doesn't work well for Omni tanking specifically, which is what he is pretty much set up to do. He doesn't do it well with the skills that he has, in my opinion. I think he works great on defense as a counter to like Winter Edelgard plays. Then again, I don't know if he actually survives, but I think he might be good in that standpoint. But I think he needs a kit overhaul. Probably like Lagu's friend.
This one's mine.
C skill can be dropped as well. I'm not like big on the. Well, yeah, he gets the plus 10 exposure damage, but I mean, if he's not doubling, he's not killing. If he's doubling, he's killing. Special damage, blah blah blah. Really not worth it. You can run something else if you have it. I was contemplating giving him like null follow-up in the magical null follow-up. Do I have a copy of that? Yeah, I got a copy on my Brave Soren.
Yes.
But we'll see. I don't know, man. That's the thing. I'm not even going to really use the unit, so it's like, why even bother to invest into it? So there's that thought as well running through my head. I really thought there would have been a Fate channel on Tuesday, but turns out we were wrong, or at least I was wrong. I thought there would have been one on Monday too, but they're that, maybe Wednesday. We'll see what happens. Yeah, on Wednesday, but yeah, let's see. So yeah, Ike is pretty much just doing the work here. Nothing really hurting him. Yep. We're gonna see how Vale does against the enemy Ike in a bit after I figure out how to get the pots. Myrrh is preventing me from warping, which is kind of annoying. But we'll deal with that as well. I'm pretty sure Vale can do it. She has been quadding since I've put her on offense, which is great. It kind of means that she's perfect for light season since I have a lot of speed buffs or speed mythics for light season, so she's going to get the extra speed stats. And she works really well with Peony for the extra speed drive, so it looks like all she needed was the extra speed to Claude, which it's going to be difficult to get the extra speed that she needs on defense.
So
Not saying you can't, but it's going to be hard. So yeah, I'm going to probably keep her around for light season. Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. I might not use her because it's not like Ike needs her. So we'll see how it turns out, but at least I'll keep her light blessed as an option. Currently trying to get some copies of
I'll crush them.
Rearm Sonya and Rearm Plumeria. Hate the fact that it's a color share banner because it's 50-50 in terms of what you get. I don't know how, still 50-50 because I'm pulling on both green and blue. But ultimately, I have not picked up any copies yet. I've really been just wasting orbs. So many orbs wasted. Yeah. But, man, I'm trying to duplicate Occultist Strike, and either one of them will help me out. Rearm Sonya in particular, because then I can give her Lagu's friend as well and have her duplicate that. So I'm just really looking for the best way to get that fodder duplicated. I could also wait to see what the next banner pulls up. If there's a rearmed or a tuned unit on that banner, then that saves me a lot of headache because it's not a color shared banner and I'm guaranteed one from Spark, so it ticks so many boxes. But I also want to build Sonya, Spring Sonya, because I think she'll work really nicely in the AoE meta. I don't know if people just stopped using her because their damage fell off, or they just have better options now, which is true, there are better options. But I think there's a place for her, especially with what her dual button does and the fact that she has basically a free C, B, and A skill. You can swap those out completely. You can change her entire kit. She can run all of the attuned skills of the flyers, so it's actually really a really good idea to build her up, in my opinion at least, to do some type of AoE damage. If you picked up like an extra copy of that Sonya, I'd probably put the fodder there, because Igrin doesn't really need it. He already does so well, and from what I've been seeing with Infantry Pulse's build, that's probably like the best one that you want to use, because that gives her the extra oomph that she needs to like take out Ike. That aside, you do want to have some type of sabotage effect on defense, and I feel like sabotage, I think I've said this way back, but it's definitely confirmed now that sabotage is the best debuffing skill in the game, aside from poise. But you definitely want to have some type of sabotage skill on your defense if you're trying to make stat swings count. I think that's definitely the way to go on defense. But so far so good in terms of not seeing any of the Serenas run through my defense this season. But next week, I don't think we'll survive. It's going to be a bloodbath. Also, it's Bolt Tower week as well next Astra Anima, so yay. Defense is going to suffer. Man, let's see what the banner brings. What's today's, like the 5th? So we should get a banner on like the 7th or so, the 10th maybe, pretty soon. We'll see. That's all for today, man. Maybe I'll add another one on this because it's pretty short. GG's. Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on another Japanese opponent here today, and we're going to go with the hit and run team here. We're going to have a little bit of space to work with. This is a mixed team. Primarily, I'd say this is like a infantry pulse team, but there's no infantry pulse. But Astra just providing the cooldown reduction and allowing the units here to be incredibly tanky with his extra bulk support. This opponent here really went all in on defensive bulk here, making it, I guess, primarily difficult for you to try to gale force this with ranged units. You probably wouldn't be able to do it with either of the Eleguards because of just how bulky this team is. Let me just get my setup here. Again, I have to be careful about the gravity from Loki. It's such a pain Loki's such a pain now. I gotta be careful where I place my units, because if I can't out-res her, then anyone I put in that slot is gonna get locked. So Veil is pretty much the only unit that I can put there, or someone that can just warp to counteract the gravity effect. Now, we don't have to worry about any turn 1 plays here because the Dancer is locked, and no one here has any like rallies, or there's no chip damage, no burnies of any sort to really worry about. So it's going to kind of be like this. Really, a lot of investment here. The Spramimon is really nice. I really wanted to invest in him back when Catcher was a thing, but I'm never pulling on colorless. And there we go with the Triandra, and then here's the beauty of it all, the plus then Ike with Fatal Smoke. Yeah, hopefully Baby Golvig will be able to take care of that. That aside, we are going to take out the Dancer because she is the biggest hindrance or biggest complication on this team for me to deal with in terms of just it being unpredictable. So once we get Triandra off the board, which we could probably target another unit and then leave Triandra for later since she's locked out, but doing that only makes things more complicated for the turn afterwards, so you definitely want to take her out first if you can. Typically when I'm building defenses, I typically like to hide my Dancer in the back just so that I don't have to worry about that. Very rarely do I put my Dancer in front unless I have some type of save, but if you're going for a cav line, typically hiding the Dancer is probably for the best because you really want that dance to go off. It's typically very vital in terms of just how your defense will work, I guess is how I would put it.
I'm grateful to you.
But yeah, we should be able to set up like this because we have a ton of space here. Unfortunately, we won't be able to use the Pathfinder to full effect here because Dagger is all the way in the corner there. I don't think I'll be able to move her for now, so that won't be on the table. But let's try to get some extra cooldowns on Baby Golvig's Iceberg, and then on the following turn, or whenever it is that Ike comes down, we should be able to take care of him. Hopefully. Not looking too promising, but if I get that Iceberg pre-charge, it should be a lot more damage. And typically if Ike is isolated, he should be a little bit more vulnerable as well because he won't be getting anything out of the finish skill. Look at that, boy. 90 attack on this dual Leon. What are we even doing? Oh my god. I tell you, man, we're gonna get to 100. Maybe it won't show on the screen, but we're gonna get to 100. That's I mean, we probably could do it right now because we have... How many mythics give the attack buff? Medius is one more. I think Medius is the only other one for Dark Season. That would bring it to 93, and you would need 7 more attack to get it to 100. So we're going to get there eventually, one of these days. But for now, I think my first play here is to take out Triandra. There we go, we do get the Ike now that the Iceberg is pre-charged. But that also is contingent on her weapon being in full effect with the times gate and everything. So turn 2, we might not get that on turn 3, I think we'll be at. So we'll have to wait because Ike is locked for this turn, but he won't be locked for next turn. So that's something to take into consideration. I'm also concerned about
Shall we proceed?
Astra here with the Lagoose Friend 4 and how that will play. I don't know if I'll have anything that will be able to take him out, so and I can't attack with Dagger from melee range. My Dagger build isn't the best. I do think it's probably a good idea for me to invest in the Godlight Reflexes build for Dagger.
If you say so.
But I don't have it right now, so give me a break, man. Chill. I'll get it eventually. I'm really just hoping for Binding Worlds to come back so I can get something like really super duper good in terms of like a merge or something for any one of my units. Usually I get like really good picks from Binding Worlds or picks that just help out in general with whatever it is that I'm trying to build. I want so many things. I want a dagger. I want... well, probably in the future, I would like a Kitty and Lynn, because I don't necessarily want to fodder all the skills that she needs right now to be good, because she needs Occultist Strike, probably a Ploy skill, I don't know, something for her C skill just to put out more damage, and I want to get the Harmonic Sonia. I have invested into her, and she does very well with tier 4 life and death, as well as I haven't given her Occultist Strike yet though. I think that's kind of what she needs to just get that extra boost. And I don't know what C skill to give her. I'm thinking probably like Miasma or Crux for the guaranteed follow-up. I don't know which one of those would work out more in her favor, but she hits really, really hard with the AoE. So I definitely think she's worth building. And there's a couple other units that I want to invest in as well. So now here's the problem. We gotta, because we don't have Ike locked for this turn, we're gonna have to avoid him. Well, no, we will be able to get him locked for this turn, I think. But the problem is I can't kill him right now. So my next best bet is probably to take out someone else, anyone else, since I can't do anything to him. And if I attack now, even though I'm not dying because of the Drive Scowl from Vale, even though I'm not dying, he will chip damage, Fatal Smoke, remove my specials. So it's not a good idea to attack Ike right now. And he's just going to heal for 5, 6, 30. He's going to heal a ton. Well, no, he doesn't get the Great Ether off. I don't think he heals unless he gets the Great Ether off, so yeah. But yeah, still. Ooh, okay, that's good. I was worried about the Astra matchup, but that looks really promising. Let's go for Bramimon here. And should be able to get out. Ike will be locked. My biggest concern is the block break mechanic and what happens there. And also, I'm concerned about what Loki will do, because I've still been locked down in terms of movement buffs or movements on Dagger here, because yeah, Loki's been just shutting me down.
We have you now.
So we take Bramimon here. Bramimon actually is able to take out Ike. Well, probably not a +10 Ike, but like, if you don't have one that's really invested, Bramimon can probably take him out with the right kit build and the right support. But that's for another day. What we want to do right here is just charge up like so.
I'm grateful to
I wonder if Vale will potentially be able to take out this Ike. The fact that he is able to have this much HP on defense is really impressive.
If you say so.
I think it's what, like 5 from the merges, then 5 more from +10, and then 5 from the seal, so that's 15 plus 3 from the 15 more from the mythics. So let's say typical Ike, which is normally like, let's say 40 health plus 30, that's 70. That's a lot of bulk for an Ike on defense. It's usually a lot easier to take out Ike on defense, but the +10 and the mythic support really did wonders here. That aside, I think we should be good on the next turn, depending on what Leon does. And I also want to break this duo structure, because I think it's going to help me out in a little bit. And moving... Let's... Do I get cancel here? No,
Shall we
I already
proceed?
used it. Let's move Dagger 1 to the right, and hopefully
Right, boss.
Loki doesn't come over here. See how this goes. Okay, alright, so we're out of gravity range, which is good. So this gives us more mobility options. First play here is definitely to take out Ike. And then I'm going to see if I can take out the harmonic structure on this turn as well, because that could potentially give me an extra action with Duo Sanaki with her dual skill.
I'm grateful to you.
Not that I'll probably need it. Vale still can't do it. Okay. And she's not quadding this Ike. because I'm not meeting the amount of speed required to do that. So,
I see.
Baby Golvig it is.
Shall we proceed?
She's the only one who can do it, it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and do this.
Light's blessing.
Oh, 3 hits, nice. And I don't know where I want to put her. What do I do here? I could shut down any except for Gatekeeper, maybe? Because potentially I want to take out Asker if I can. I don't know if Sanaki can do it. And I don't if I take out Asker, I'm not going to get the lockdown on Leon because he has way too much res. So I think I'm guaranteed to at least get the lockdown on Gatekeeper. But also, she might be out of range to participate in future combats.
Out of my way.
Okay, so we get Asker by a lot. Yo, Sanaki she either does all of the damage or none of the damage. It's so peculiar with this duo Sanaki. It's really like such a gamble. It's literally either she kills the unit completely or she just misses the kill. It's so weird. This is why I don't really love running her on defense. She's so inconsistent. I think she's really great for cav lines because you can't get the space a lot of the time. The space that's required to avoid the debuffs. But then Ike doesn't care, so it's not a good matchup for her. Let's run away here as best as possible. Because there's a lot of options or a lot of things I could have in here. Again, man, adding Baby Golvig to this team is just such a boon. Being able to shut down an opposing unit, such a great play, man.
Be careful.
And with this,
Steel yourself.
I think we don't have to worry about breaking the hindrance this turn. I think we can just do that next turn. Or we could even do it now. How do I do this?
If you say
do I reposition with Stagger, or I can do it with Veil as well.
I'm grateful to you.
Got him. Out of my way.
This should be good. Okay. Alright, so let's focus on closing this out. All that's left now is to get the pots, and then we're GG's here. This has been a really, really good clear here from my end. I think if he had something that was able to threaten the back rows, I probably wouldn't have been able to do that. It's really just because I had the space to set up, space and time to set up, because he wasn't threatening any of my units. Bulwark. Or just Gatekeeper stuff. What do I do here? I won't be able to warp because Gatekeeper, but I can still activate the dual button. What do I want to do here? Yeah, let's do this. And then that should allow me to warp. And then potentially maybe I could lock Leon, box him in, since he's in the corner.
Ready.
What do I do here?
If you say so.
Get the pot.
Right, boss.
Dance with Peony from where? Above.
Good morning.
And then she can warp. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's it. Okay, that's GG's right
Got
there.
him.
That is the play. Okay, that was a really fun map here.
Out of
And then we
my
got the
way.
pot too. Okay, great. Yeah, that was really, really fun.
Softly now.
Can worry about
Right,
the other
boss?
pot on the next turn. Yeah, we're
If you
good
say
here.
so. Shall we
Um,
proceed?
yeah, man. My concerns here when I started this was whether or not I'd be able to take out that Ike as well as that Asker, but Sanaki and Baby Golvig really just tore through both of them. It's crazy that I'm able to run these units, these powerful nukes on offense. That's just
I wonder.
wow. That's where the game is, man.
Shall we proceed?
But yeah, this was a ton of fun.
I'm grateful
Gonna
to you.
do this. This is why Crom is on the team, to take out Leon, because Sanaki is typically unable to do it because Leon, even though the weapon triangle is a thing,
Bless them.
Leon typically survives
Let's go
Sanaki,
say hello.
or at least my Sanaki. Maybe if I
Be
gave her a
careful.
cultist strike.
Let's talk
Fodder.
about our
Fodder
feelings.
problems, man. I just need the fodder, but GG's, man. This was really, really a tough defense to play against, and yeah, that's it, man. See you in the next one.